Good evening and welcome to the Lagos studios of IATV. I am Adegboyega Labiro with the news. As Christians in Nigeria join their counterparts across the world to celebrate Easter, Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode has called on Nigerians to imbibe the spirit of tolerance, peaceful coexistence and sacrifice for one another, which Jesus Christ demonstrated throughout his years on earth. The governor, in his Easter message signed by his chief press secretary, Habib Haruna, said the celebration of the resurrection of Christ, which the season represents, should be a constant reminder for everyone to extend the virtues of selflessness, love, sacrifice, and tolerance. He urged Christians to use the season as a period to reflect on their individual and collective roles towards promoting and sustaining the foundation of love, peace, and harmony in the nation. The governor also called on all to unite and eschew bitterness generated during the last general elections for the sake of a more prosperous Nigeria, adding that no challenge is insurmountable where unity of purpose thrives. While wishing all Lagosians a happy Easter celebration, Governor Akinwumi Ambode assured residents that his administration will continue to work for the greater good of the state until he exits office. Still in Lagos State, four seekers have commended the federal government for declaring a public holiday on an Easter Monday. Some of them who spoke to ITV News at different parks and gardens where they gathered to have fun with their families noted that the public holidays availed them the opportunity to spend quality time with friends and relatives.
Spend some quality time with your family. This is Lagos, busy, morning till night. So once in a while, spend some quality time, engage with your children, engage with your spouses, laugh, play, be happy.
By privilege, really thank the Lord that I can see another Easter. But every day that is called today, you should see it as a privilege. I love a day like this. And I told my wife this yesterday night that she should make me rice and beans with iru. You know what they call iru? Iru stew. But that's what my grandmother always makes for us in a day like this.
They called on other Nigerians to take advantage of the holiday to promote love, peace, and unity among friends and families.
I feel grateful to God for commemorating the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, which means everything to all of us. We wouldn't be alive, we wouldn't be well if not that Christ redeemed us. So he paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we can have life. So for me, it's a celebration of God's love, of his concern, of his interest in the human race to redeem us. And he gave us his one and only son to die for us. So I'm very happy, I'm grateful to God.
Because of what Christ did for us, and it's also a holiday, so everybody likes holidays.
They say they are grateful to God for the love and kindness shown to mankind by the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Easter, which they say is the reason for the season. And now to Osun State. Citizens and residents of the state of Osun have expressed delight at the free train transportation aid provided by the state government for the Easter celebration. The Osun State government had always provided free transportation services for citizens of the state during festive season, a trend the government says it is maintaining despite the financial challenges confronting the state. Some beneficiaries of the free train service this Easter season say they are grateful to the government.
Actually, I have opportunity to board a bus, but I decided to board a train. Let me just feel the experience. It was okay and it was exciting. It was so interesting.
I'm coming from Lagos to Osun State. We thank our governor a lot. God bless him and his family for what he's doing for us every year. So God bless Lagos State government. God bless Osun State.
The supervisor for the State Ministry of Finance, Bola Oyebamiji, spoke while receiving beneficiaries of Easter free train service at the Osogbo train terminal. He said the government knows the importance of the gesture to the people, hence will continue to provide the free train ride.
This is a dividend of democracy. This is let me say, when he was campaigning, the issue of continuity was so stressed, and this is one of it that has materialized, and this is service to the community. The government kept to his promise that is going to continue this program. It is a good program. It is a program that gladdened the hearts of the people of the state of Osun.
He disclosed that over 2,000 citizens of the state returning from the Easter season from Lagos, Ogun, and Oyo states have benefited in the free train ride. The government also scheduled a return free train ride for the beneficiaries. Nigerian youths have been urged to be consistent and active in political dialogue and participation for the good of the nation. This was the submission of discussants during a roundtable discussion on youth's involvement in politics in Oshogbo, Osun State. Tagged The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the discussion focused on appraising the 2019 general elections.
How bad things are in Nigeria, there's hope, and I strongly believe the youths are a major instrument, to bring about the change that we really want in Nigeria. No matter how bad or difficult the political process is in Nigeria, there's always a place for the youth, and to the glory of God, I'm a testament to that. That means if a 35-year-old or 34-year-old person can be elected as an House of Assembly member, that person can. Using of AK-47 is whiling away. People are not depending on that again, but now they are depending on vote buying, and that's a disease that we really need to attack in our political system. And I believe the Electoral Reform Act, one of the ways is to, let the president sign the Electoral Reform Act, because I also believe electronic voting, will reduce vote buying seriously. Let everybody vote at the comfort of their, wherever they are, not need to travel. You don't need to be at a particular voting center before you vote. Electronic voting, I believe, will solve that problem.
The discussions emphasized on issues affecting the youth in politics and singled out Enlightenment campaign as key element to promote political development of the youth.
How old was Agari when he became the president, or when he was even made a minister under Baliwa government? How old was Obasanjo when he became the head of state? How old was Gowon? And so on and so forth. All of them were in their 30s and sometimes late 20s. Now, if you look at what is happening now, even at the age of 30, the youth are still struggling to even go for National Youth Service Corps. Then when you look at job placement, advertisement, the age requirement also give them. These are the things that the Nigerian must look at. We don't say the youth are the future leaders. They are the leaders of today.
Youth, so that the youth will see it as, okay, this is a challenge that they should key into. No, even if they are 90 years old, they still want to enjoy the perks of the office without considering the effect on the larger populace. And that is why youth must not look for power that they will dump it on their doorstep. They will have to fight for it. If you have idea, today what is ravaging our country is that those who want to destroy this country are determined and passionate about destroying it. Why people that have idea to change the country, they give away, they give up easily.
The youth to continue to participate in sensitization programs that will earn them political leadership for the progress of the nation. And now the business news. In recognition of the financial challenges by some state governments to pay backlog of what is being owed to staff, members of the organized private sector have advised state governments to be prompt with the payment of the 30,000 naira minimum wage with effect from the date it was signed into law. In this report, RATV Business News takes a look at suggestions from the organized private sector on what the operators of the public service sector could do differently in the bid to avoid frequent agitation for a better staff welfare.
Reactions from the organized private sector have started trailing the signing into law of the 30,000 naira minimum wage by President Muhammadu Buhari. They have advised state government to start the immediate implementation in their respective states. It will be recalled that some state governments are still owing staff salaries. According to the organized private sector, the minimum wage is effective from the date President Muhammadu Buhari signed it into law. Analysts have argued the state governor owes staff salaries would not excuse him from paying the new minimum wage. A member of the organized private sector says that implementation of the minimum wage on a worst-case scenario could start effective May 1st, 2019.
Urge government that in the worst scenario, whatever process is passing through, the federal government should speed it up. In the worst scenario, let it be a Labor Day gift to the Nigerian workers. In other words, let it take effect from the 1st of May.
The organized private sector, on a proactive note, embarks on a review of staff salaries on a 2-yearly basis. Hence, the agitation for improved staff welfare is not necessary. Consequently, the public service sector has been advised to take a cue from the organized private sector and avoid frequent and prolonged agitation for increased staff salaries.
The hope is that the government will take a cue from the private sector and begin to be more proactive in its efforts to ensure that its workers are looked after in a way that is sustainable.
In recognition of challenges confronting state government with reference to the capacity to pay the new minimum wage, observers have suggested that another governors' forum should be convened to situate whether they would need another lifeline, otherwise known as intervention fund.
Still on the business news, and as Nigerians join the rest of the world to mark the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ this Easter season, some business owners in Lagos State say they are counting their loss owing to a low patronage during the festive season. Some of the traders blame their low patronage to a decline in the purchasing power being witnessed among middle-income earners in the country.
Economic situation is obviously affecting Easter. As we can see, we expect more turnout in a park like this, and we are not having the number of figures that we think we should see.
It would have been a better celebration if there was enough money to go around. But it's still okay. We're grateful to God for life, which is the most important.
They are, however, hopeful that the future could be better, but called on the presidency to be more creative and proactive in its approach to resolving the nation's economic challenges.
The economy of the country is the determinant of every family budget. Are you getting it? Whether you are self-employed or you are gainfully employed, you are in public service or you are on your own, I will advise Nigerians to endure. Nigeria will be great.
Or if the economic is good, you'll see that a lot of people will come to have fun. They'll be able to pay for whatever fare they ask them to pay for. But because of the other side of the economy, that's why a lot of people are staying in their houses. They wouldn't want to come out. They just want to be at home, just enjoy Easter in their homes.
Some of them called on Nigerians to ignore the hardship in the land and use the season to celebrate and spend quality time with their friends and families. And that's the size of our package from the Lagos studios of IATV. I am Adegboyega Labiron, thanking you for having stayed tuned and handing you over back to our studios in Ibadan for the next segment of the news. Good evening.